The month of September is dedicated to deaf awareness. The International Day of Sign Language is usually marked annually on the 23rd of September. This year, CTV News interacted with some sign language experts who shared their thoughts on the sign language right within the church and the nation at large.
Time for the priest. So it is important for the priest to learn sign language to interact with these deaf people. Because what about confessions? Interpreter cannot be there as a third party. The priest have to listen to the confession. An interpreter is not supposed to be there. And pastoral cares, counseling, a third party is not supposed to be there. So the priest, it is good for the priest to learn sign language so that they'll be able to help and interact with these deaf people effectively.
At some point in my life, it had to be a one-on-one experience for me to understand this significance. I was speaking to one of my bosses and I told him that I went to the deaf office. I left a letter with the secretary. I spoke with her. The next thing my boss asked me is that, is she also a deaf person? I said yes. And he said, why will they employ a deaf person as a secretary? What if somebody like him goes to the office? How will he communicate with her? Then I knew, there's a lot to be done when it comes to awareness. Do you know why? If my boss were to have been taught sign language in his primary school and secondary school, this question would not come up. So this is why the federal government should please adopt or integrate the Nigerian Sign Language into school curriculum. If we start teaching our children in the school, primary level, secondary level, even up to the tertiary level, then there will not be a need for this question, should we employ a deaf person? Because we already understand the language. Do you know that some deaf persons go to the market and to even communicate with market sellers and is a problem? Will you go with your interpreter to the market? They can't even afford one. So this is a very great need in Nigeria now.